There was a point in time, back in the day when you owned a share of stock, you felt like you were an owner of the company. Now they have multiple classes of stock. You don't really own anything. What you own is the right to sell it to somebody else. It is effectively a digital representation of a share of stock that gives you the right to sell it or to buy it from somebody else. And it's
so you're saying that changes in. All right. So you're saying that changes in ownership structure. I mean, you're not no longer a shareholder. You just hold a trading instrument. I mean, that's sort of a dark view of.
It's not a dark view at all. I mean,
look,
if you go back to my blog post from the early 2000s, I said the exact same thing, right? I haven't changed my position in all these years. And supply and demand matters. Why do you think that, brokerages have analysts that go out and make calls and go out on CNBC and come on and talk about the calls that they've made and the things that they see happening? They want to create demand. I mean, the reality is they shouldn't. If it was truly about ownership in the company, no analyst should go out there and say anything because you want the stock to stay as low as possible so you can own more, right? It's just.
I mean, whether you're a Reddit trader or an institutional trader, you crave research, Mark, and that's what the banks sell. That's what analysts sell. There's value in that.
No, I'm not saying there's not value in it, but I'm saying if I'm a client of your research firm and I pay you for that, great. But when you go on CNBC and talk up your book, you're saying, okay, I'm creating more demand to create an exit or just to inflate the price. When in reality, if you truly were an owner and you had additional capital, you'd want that price to be as low as possible because you want to own as much of the company as possible. That's what Warren Buffett. That's the Graham and Dodd approach. Keep that price down because it's undervalued, so I can buy more. But that's not what happens. We go out and we get long and we get loud because everybody wants that price to go up because that gives them an outlet to sell it. And I just don't see any difference between that and what WallStreetBets is doing. Now, I understand your point that an analyst, may have more training, more background, more, hopefully not more information, but at least be able to share that. And maybe somebody on a message board does not, and maybe they're just lying or pretending or whatever. I get the difference there, but at the same time, the goal is the same, to get long and get loud.
In my opinion, Mark Cuban is right. It's about supply and demand. If someone wants to buy something or sell their stocks, they should have the right to do it because they own a share of the company. Also, it seems like at the end we don't really own the share that we buy or sell, with all this market manipulation going on. Also, it should not be important if the person buying a stock is bad or good. Who cares? If someone got his idea from Reddit or YouTube, it should not be anybody concerned. It is our money, that's it. Plus, if we look at the media and the way they try to promote or even try to decrease the value of a stock, isn't that some kind of market manipulation? In reality, if we look at most of the stocks, they are either way too inflated or undervalued. The media is behind most of the market manipulation, but they won't tell you that. All these fake experts pretending that they know everything about the stocks, but most of the time they are wrong, even if they had a ton of training. It is important to not believe everything you see on the internet, and it is also important to do enough research before investing. I want to say that I'm not an expert in trading or professional. I'm just giving my honest opinion. Thank you for watching. Take care and stay safe.